Time again for another installment of the basics, and as you can see here, the Risk board is back out because I was inspired by something I saw recently and I have to explain this. So, let's get started, shall we? Okay, so I've simulated a 3-player game here, and I've only filled in enough pieces to deal with the surrounding area where I want to show the dilemma. And that would be, you are playing as the gray player. You have 5 garrisons in the Middle East, 5 armies if you will. In Africa you have your yellow opponent who's starting to encroach on you. In the rest of Asia and some of Russia and Europe, you have the red opponent who's starting to build up forces. The rest of your forces on this continent or series of continents are spread out. You don't have a lot. And you're probably thinking, oh no, what do I do? How do I combat this? And one of the first things that Risk players that are inexperienced usually do in this case is what I like to call overloading. And it's something that drives me crazy in the game because people still do it. And it is the worst strategy ever. I'm going to show you what I mean. So as turns go by, you're going to have to fight your way out. You know they're going to come for you sooner or later. So overloading is when you're using your turns to keep placing more and more garrisons, or armies if you will, on only one territory and neglecting the others. So let's say some turns have elapsed. There are now 18 armies or garrisons on this one territory. And as your opponent, no matter if I was playing as yellow or red, I would use this to my advantage, mainly because anyone who overloads a single territory usually stops paying attention to their other territories in the surrounding area. Ergo, if I was the red player, I would turn my attention here and start making place for that, or even move into Siberia. If I was the yellow player, look, he's dead. Would I attack something with that heavy a garrison? No, I would look in to start expanding into Europe and go after both colors after I've armed up a bit myself. The problem with overloading is it's not so much just forgetting about your other territories, it's basically the old saying, putting all of your eggs in one basket. You're going to attempt to put as many forces there as you can and fight your way out on all sides. In the game of Risk, it does not work that way. Your armies all across the game board are like an ensemble cast in a movie. They all have to mesh and work harmoniously to work properly. If you are overloading, you are giving, well, you're not only giving away your strategy, but you're giving your opponents another opportunity to come up with even different strategies that they might not have already thought about. And this can only harm you. I guess what I'm saying is, when it comes to overloading, don't do it! Now, that being said, even though a region on this board, like the Middle East, is very strategic, I would not go over 10 armies in one territory. It just leads to disaster. I would much rather build up numbers in some of my surrounding territories. That way, if one player does decide to declare war and make a play for one territory, I'm going to counter by attacking from all the other territories that I've slowly built up. It's really that simple. Have a great day, everybody.